Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Happy New Year, guys. We've got Pete, Laurance and Josh. What do you think about the apprenticeships?
Well, as you know, we've spent quite a bit of time over the last 12 to 18 months trying to integrate apprenticeships into the boathouse. I'd say it's for three main reasons. One, I think it transforms young people's lives who are actually taking the apprenticeship. We've seen massive leaps in the confidence of some of our staff who come in through that apprenticeship route. But also for the boathouse, it's great to create a learning environment where young people can not only work for us for 30 hours a week, but actually are learning on the job. And the big thing overall is we are training the workforce for the future.
So how come you didn't just pop up an advertisement and ask for 10 random employees? How come you wanted to do apprenticeships?
Well, look, I suppose the way I look at that is I think we're creating a youth work revolution in Blackpool where we want to put young people front and centre of the town's decisions. And there's a number of key steps for us there. So, one of them is that we need to attract and we need to generate income to be able to do that. We need to create a youth work workforce, which is what the apprenticeship's about. We need to co-produce a youth work programme with young people. And we need to launch additional and accessible youth centres across the town. So the programme that we've got is literally you guys have done your level 2. In September you're starting your level 3. You will be getting supported by people who are doing their level 6, who will be being supported by people who are doing the level 7.
So it's like a chain.
Exactly, and you guys will be supporting the level 2s. So we keep feeding in those level 2s, and the level 2s move up, and before you know it...
You're massive.
Absolutely, we've created... We've put young people front and centre, and that's what it's about.
Yeah. So tracking back to where you said there's going to be college time, there's going to be more hands-on practical stuff in college time. What would you be doing in the practical? Where you going in the sessions? What would you be doing?
Well, you'll be a full member of the youth work team here. So in that sense, you will be working in the centres that you're in, or Bloomfield and at Grange. You'll be engaging with the infants, the juniors, seniors and the senior pluses. You'll be going away on the residentials. You'll be taking a responsible role on the canal residentials, maybe PGL. It's all part of that, you guys as level 3 supporting level 2s. But also we've got the new centres coming on board. So we envisage that you guys will be playing an integral part of the new centres at Fleetwood and at Whitehall.
And there's a big thing for us as well about we don't just want to have this tokenistic idea of youth voice. We don't just want to have a youth committee or a youth group council that meets to discuss various issues and then that just gets put into a set of minutes and never looked at again. Actually, what we're doing here is we're making a real commitment to young people. So from September, we will be employing a minimum of 10 16-year-olds on this apprenticeship programme, and you are going to become part of our staff team. And you'll be a youth staff team, but you will be part of our staff team. And it won't just be that you're rocking up and you're doing some youth work with the juniors and playing games with the infants or whatever. Actually, you'll have a fully participative role in the whole organisation. We'll be looking for you to be at staff meetings, at programme planning sessions. We'll be looking at you attending meetings with other organisations and agencies across the town. We will be looking at putting you on our governance committees so that you can feed your voices directly in there. Not feed your voices to the decision makers, but actually become the decision makers yourselves, become part of that process. And that's special.
It is.
Does anyone got anything else to say?
If I can sort of turn the podcast around a little bit.
Oh,
snap.
Plot twist.
Oh, no.
Oh, you two guys have expressed an interest in becoming an apprentice in September and doing the level 3. What I'm interested in why you could be doing other stuff in Blackpool, but why are you interested in taking part in this opportunity?
Well, the way I see it is I've been here for quite a while now, and so I think Boathouse has done a lot for my life. Obviously, it's changed a lot with sort of how I've been as a person, and it's made a really big change, not just me, but just the general people in the area. And I think it has made such a big difference. And I feel as if by me going on to do this apprenticeship, I can help be a part of that difference, which it's just quite powerful, really. Now I get to feed back to the people that have helped me become what I've become.
Yeah, and that is exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's like you now become the change. Yeah, you are the change, and you're gonna. Yeah, it's great. What about you, Rhys?
That's cute.
Don't be an NPC.
I'm not an NPC, Lord. Right. So, I mean, my reasoning is I've only been here. I'm not so long, about a year and a half maybe, and like the impact it's made on my life, it's just like it's eye opening. It's like I've come here, I've not known anyone. I mean, now my best mate's Josh. I don't know how it's happened. It's like it just has. It's like, and I just want to see like as I grow older, when I'm working there, like I want to see the impact I can make on other people. So I try to make that change to them, and it's just nice. It's just a nice thing to do.
Well, it started off with the first time we met, really, because
The first time.
yeah. Well, it was some trips, and I didn't get on the one I wanted to go on, which was water sports. And so I had to go on
rock climbing.
I had to go on rock climbing instead, and that was the first time I met Rhys properly. And I remember belaying him, and I was like, "Love it there."
It's all right.
None taken.
Right.
But I'm sure the feeling is mutual.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, it was that when we sort of realised we could both take a joke with each other, and we both sort of enjoyed each other's company. And I feel as if from there it's just, obviously you go on these residentials, you spend more and more time together, and then just your general sessions a week, spending an hour or so, well, up to 3 hours a week together. It's just, you start to gel, and you start sort of to become as close as we have done. And don't get me wrong, obviously do stuff outside of here as well, but being here is sort of what kicked it all off. It was sort of like the start of the domino effect, really. And so now it's led to whatever this.
You know, what people think youth work is from the outside is a game of ping pong, but actually it's about youth workers creating spaces where conversations can happen and relationships can develop that can alter the course of a young person's life. And I'm just wondering if there's been any moments or if there's been any conversations or things that have happened in your guys' lives where you thought that was a shift there for me that changed something.
The 6-month convos.
So yeah, every now and then we have this conversation. We just you just let everything out, really. Everything that you've kept like in the back of your mind, not wanting to talk about it anymore. You just let it out like, every now and then.
These tend to happen on the residentials as well, really. When everyone else is asleep and there's just 2 years left, you just end up waffling for like
ages.
There's so long until you fall asleep. It's great.
It's weird.
I mean, what are you looking forward to versus what are you worried about with the apprenticeships?
Looking forward to the pay, obviously.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and you know, we're really celebrating the fact that we're not offering the standard apprenticeship wage. We're offering an elevated wage because we think that you are absolutely worth that, and we want you to be able to sustain. We want to make it attractive for you. So, and it'll be an absolute, when that first pay lands in your bank account on the last Friday of September, then you're going to be like, yes. Get yourself down to JD.
Trust. What was I going to say then? Oh yeah. Also, I'm looking forward to going on residentials with the young people because last one we went on was camp, and I made quite a strong bond between a few people, and it was just like really nice. And one of them came up to me. There was like having issues or something. And that was like the fact that they came up to me and trusted me with their own issues. That was really nice, actually. I mean, have you got any?
Well, obviously, like you said, pay's always good. But, I think the general experience of just being here, it's a nice place to, like, if you look at all the staff, I've never once seen someone who works at a boathouse
Bored.
walk out complaining that they've had a horrible time at work or saying that they're just bored out of their mind. There's always something to do.
Yeah, you're not sat behind a desk.
Yeah, it just looks like it's a nice place to work. And I think that's what I am looking forward to be honest. But also, there is that bit where it's, obviously it is a big step from school straight into the world of work, and I feel as if that is quite a big step from just because it's been just change over something that's been the same for just so long. But at the same time, I mean,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it is very exciting. It's quite, yeah, it's one of those, it's mixed feelings. I'm excited to sort of think about it and sort of do the work here, but at the same time, it's the worried about not having the big changes which have come.
I mean, you mustn't worry about that because we're planning a whole kind of smooth ride into the world of work. We won't just flick a switch and all
that's already started, hasn't
yeah,
it? With
absolutely.
with the stuff that you're doing now.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask that, do you think the fact that actually you've been transitioning into this position of trust since you were 14, 2 years ago, do you think that's going to help?
Yeah. I think it's helped more about the fact that we've been given all the different opportunities. We've not just been told, right, here you are, sent to work. We've been given opportunities to go work on half, go do some residentials, and I feel as if that's given us more of a sort of everything sort of thing, a bit of taste of everything, so we can find out what we enjoy. And so then we're not really going to get a curveball thrown at us. Then we know what we're kind of expecting.
I do feel like I need to say we haven't rehearsed this or told these guys what to say. This is
we're just
special.
It's excellent, yeah, it is excellent. So, do you think? I mean, it might be too soon to ask this, but do you think that you are potentially looking at a long-term career in youth work?
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Don't be silly. No, I genuinely am. I mean, how much are you getting paid?
Well.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you work hard and you're really passionate about something, it's that icky guy, isn't it? If you're doing something for good, if you can sustain your life from it, there's a couple of other things, then you're happy. But it's not just about the money, because I could get paid doing what I'm doing, working in corporate banking, but I don't think I'd be.
That's what I was just about to say. It's not about. It's like it is, and it's not. It's not about the pay, because I'd rather do this and sit behind a desk 9 till 5.
Yeah.
Doing whatever, what they people do.
I mean, to be fair, actually, that's not true. Corporate bankers probably get paid 3 times what I get paid. But
yeah, but their job's
they're not happy. Have you ever seen a happy corporate banker? They don't walk out thinking like you just described, do they?
We're going to get complaints now from corporate bankers. Yeah.
We are
the corporate bankers that are
watching this.
I do think, Pete, just say a little bit, because you understand this side of it better than me. What are the conversations and the sort of the pathways that we've had to navigate to make this possible for this age group?
Well, I mean, obviously youth work is a profession, and the National Youth Agency have spent a great deal of time and effort and thought about what would constitute a level 2 youth worker, a level 3 youth worker. And because it's a profession working with young people, there's a bit of a discussion being had about, should you be 16 before you start the level 2? Should you be 18 before you start the level 3? So, I mean, these guys did the level 2 from 14 and will be starting the level 3 at the age of 16, which technically is 2 years earlier. So what we've had to work with the NYA and work with B-Skill is to be kind of saying what the Boathouse will be doing is providing an extra level of support and enabling that transition to take place. Because really we're not training you up to be members of the Boathouse staff, but obviously that is you are based here for the period of the apprenticeship. But what is really important to us is that you will become effective youth work practitioners who can take everything that you learn here and go and work in a youth work organisation. It is a wonderful career and some jobs are well paid, but I mean I've been working now for far too long in youth work, but I've worked with the YMCA, a local, regional, national organisation. I've worked in prisons, I've worked in schools, I've taught youth work. There's lots of sort of progression routes and things. There's and from youth work you can go into what this apprenticeship will enable you to do really, really well is engage with people. Yeah. It's communication skills, it's listening skills, it's relationship skills, and you guys are already there with that. And after this, the world's your oyster, really.
Because you've thought about teaching as well, haven't you, as a possibility?
Yeah, there's been a couple of different things I've thought of this. Well, I think I'm definitely passionate with not 100% the youth work side, but definitely the working with young people.
Okay.
That's definitely something I'm interested in because I just sort of enjoy spending not to sound weird or anything, but I
It
genuinely.
doesn't sound weird.
Well, I just thought I
Until
made
you
sure.
said not to sound
Well, yeah,
weird.
but
And then it started
yeah,
sounding
we have an
weird.
audience, so I don't know what faces I'll get.
I can't see the audience over the lights.
But I do enjoy working with young people. I think it's a different, more interesting experience. I think because being able to sort of shape someone else's mind into something like
Better than what it was.
yeah, it's that is also like again
Awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's just great to see the results of.
Yeah. I mean, is that all?
Well, I think the other thing, just from my point of view, because I do feel like we need to almost plug, although it's anonymous, the other key thing that's made this possible. When we had this idea of, well, we want to bring a minimum of 10 16-year-olds onto the apprentice and employ them and pay them a living wage, we what that actually translates to is nearly £200,000 just over that 18-month period. So that's not just the wage, but it's the laptop, it's the uniform, it's the name badges that you lose every 2 minutes. It's your expenses, and because of the awesome network of corporate and personal major donors that we have, we were literally able to send an email with this vision, and the funder has come back and said, it is restricted for this purpose. It can only be used for you guys. But actually, they have committed almost £200,000 to enable us, to enable you, to become qualified youth support workers. And I think, Rhys, that's it. Unless there's anything from you, sir.
I mean, no. I mean, I've got it all out, to be fair.
Got it all off your chest?
Yeah.
Right.
And anyways, thank you for watching.
You're
See
welcome.
you later. Hey,
Oh, sorry.
see you later.